Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Yes, the same as it ever was. Anything ever changed for the positive over in Iraq, politically that is. They seem to get going in the right direction, and what did I say? I know I said this in the video more than once. We're going to find out the true nature of this political group once we get around to budget time. Once the budget's passed, we're going to find out if they're corrupt, if they're going to have issues, because that's usually when everything comes out. They were on their best behavior and doing all these great things, and then all of a sudden, here we go again. Now, the news is not that devastating, not yet, but it has the potential to get there real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button, and if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold, silver, or any other precious metals, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description, or just type in www.moneymetals.com/Pimpy. If you make a purchase when you follow that link, you will automatically be entered for a chance to win 10 free silver ounces. So get started today, and hopefully your stack will start to look like this real soon. So head on over, tell them Pimpy sent you. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if you do want to head on over to Money Metals, just click it. And there you are. So come on over. Join us. I look forward to having you. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. So what do we got going on? It looks like Saudi Arabia and Russia are both agreeing to keep production low until the end of 2023. As soon as that announcement was made, oil jumped up above $90. This is the second time in about a year, thanks to Biden's administration. Remember, when he got in office, the first thing he did was end all the things that Trump was doing to make us number one in the world in energy exports to now we're number one in the world for energy imports. It's amazing, really, how much things have changed in such a short period of time. They are a disaster. So as I was stating, it looks like Russia and Saudi Arabia agreed together to keep production low until the end of 2023. This is definitely going to drive the price of gasoline up. It's interesting how the media reports these protests. It says rare protests in Kurdistan over unpaid civil servant salaries. That sounds about right. So it said a rare protest broke out over there in Kurdistan, northern Iraq, on Tuesday, calling for the federal government of Baghdad to pay civil servant salaries. This is one of the things we reported about yesterday. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. They can't seem to get on the right track for a very long time at all. They always agree to do one thing or another and then don't do it. So demonstrators waved the regional flag to express solidarity with the Kurds in Kirkuk after demonstrations there turned deadly on Saturday. In Tuesday's protest, people also held up banners that read, "Iraq has become a state of chaos and militia instead of being a place for the rule of law and the Constitution." Yes, I knew these people would start rearing their ugly heads as soon as the budget was passed. So if you remember, the Supreme Court over there in Iraq, whose Chief Justice is actually really close friends with Maliki, stepped in the middle of what Kurdistan was doing with their oil and stopped them. Told them they had to turn everything over to Baghdad. So what were they doing? Well, they were selling oil. You can see right here, it says, when we had oil, we distributed salaries properly. What is 500 billion dinars? That's 381 million enough for? In March, a dispute between Baghdad and Erbil escalated over revenue sharing of oil productions after the International Chamber of Commerce ruled against Kurdistan's unilateral oil exports under its own 2007 law. Since March 25th, more than 450,000 barrels per day of oil that usually heads to the Mediterranean remains offline amid lingering issues amongst Baghdad, Erbil, and Ankara over the resumption of the flows. But look how Erdogan words it himself. We will not allow the destabilization of the security and unity of Kirkuk and must move away from activities to change the demographics of the city. Who said anything about changing the demographics of the city? This is when they were talking about people were protesting over Turkishmen and Kurds living together. That protest sounds like it's more of they want their damn money is what it is. So according to the news, Erdogan pointed out that the homeland of Turkmen in Kirkuk has become a region where different cultures lived in peace. And we will not allow destabilizing the security and territorial integrity of this region. Well, it's not your country to say anything, but I understand where he's coming from. There are a lot of people there from Turkey. We must stay away from the activities that would change the structure of the demographics of the city of Kirkuk in order to maintain peace in the region. Yesterday, Iran's foreign minister said, they're not going to get involved in this. They're actually going to stay out of this. It says, we do not interfere in Iraq's internal affairs. It is natural for the Iraqi authorities to do their best. It is important for us to support internal stability in Iraq and efforts of the central government. Supporting stability and security in surrounding countries is a priority for Iran. The effects of any threats and crises will not remain within its borders. Wherever we are asked for help, Iran has moved to help stabilize and resolve differences in countries. The Iraqi government has the necessary strength and capability to provide security, and if assistance is expected and requested, Iran will help. For days, dozens of demonstrators supporting Arab and Turkmen political parties in the province of Kirkuk cut off the main road linking the province to the city of Erbil in protest over the Kurdistan Democratic Party, which I believe is Barzani's party, by the way, that was founded from Iran. Very interesting. Its intent is to reopen its headquarters in Kirkuk in accordance with the political agreements concluded with the coalition of state admissions, which includes the forces and political parties that form the current federal government headed by al-Sudani. It said on Saturday evening, Kirkuk witnessed the disembark of dozens of Kurdistan demonstrators in the area inhabited by the majority of the residents of the component, demanding the reopening of the road and ending the sit-ins in front of the headquarters, but they were met with gunfire, resulting in casualties and injuries. Iraqi security authorities imposed a curfew in Kirkuk province against the backdrop of tensions that accompanied protests in the Kurdistan area. And another little quick note, Iraq's Supreme Court, as usual, getting in the way of things, says Iraq's Supreme Court strikes down maritime border deal with Kuwait. The court declared a 2012 agreement invalid, citing its inconsistency with the Iraqi constitution. So the Iraq's federal government, Supreme Court, decided on Monday to invalidate a maritime border agreement with Kuwait under which the two countries shared a key waterway in the Gulf. The decision against the Abdullah agreement followed by a trial related to an ongoing dispute over the deal, which was signed in 2012 and ratified in 2013, and concerned maritime borders and navigation regulations. The court cited its inconsistency with the Iraqi constitution, which mandates approval through legislation passed with a two-thirds majority in parliament. Following Iraq's invasion of Kuwait in 1990, the UN Security Council passed Resolution 833 in 1993, which determined the land borders between Iraq and Kuwait. However, the delineation of the maritime borders was left between the two countries. After reestablishment of diplomatic relations between Iraq and Kuwait in 2003, negotiations began to determine the borders. In this context, the agreement regulating navigation in the Abdul region was signed in 2012 and approved in 2013. However, the agreement has been criticized by some Iraqi politicians, lawmakers, and experts who claim that it removed Abdul from Iraq's sovereign territories. Anyways, as you can clearly see, the more things change, the more they stay the same. That's it for now. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.